A warm welcome to all the viewers for the course Advanced Manufacturing Technology, AME 702, and myself Thiapal, Assistant Professor of Department of Mechanical Engineering, JIS College of Engineering. Today I am going to describe the topic about fuse deposition modeling, which is very commonly or it is very formally known as FDM. Well, in my previous lecture I have already gave you a brief introduction about rapid prototyping. So one of the process of rapid prototyping is fuse deposit modeling, and here today we are going to see how it works, in what is the working principle behind it, what are the application, what are the advantages and disadvantages of these particular processes. As you know, today in this particular advanced manufacturing age where many products have been manufactured through conventional machining, through non-conventional machining, but among them the advanced technology that is playing a vital role in today's manufacturing world or in today's manufacturing era, it is none other than rapid prototyping. And here you can see that basically it consists of three processes. One is the additive process, another is the subtractive process, and finally it is the virtual process. So this fuse deposition modeling is basically an additional process where you are depositing the material layer by layer to get the desired product. And further process, if it has been completed manufacturing, if you require, then you can go for the post processes. It can be cleaning also, painting also, and if it is not required, then it is fine, you are going to get the desired product itself. So without any further delay, let us have a look at the content. So in the content we can see, first we are going to just have a look at the general introduction of fuse deposition modeling process, and then we are going to look the extrusion head of the FDM setup through which the metal is ejected to get the desired product. Then we will be discussing about the working principle. Then further we are going to have a look for the components that are associated with FDM, and then we are going to have a look for the process and characteristic, which are the material that are used for this particular processes, and finally we are going to have a look for advantages, disadvantages and application. So let us have a look for the next slide, that is introduction. Well, fuse deposition modeling, which is commonly known as FDM, is basically a gantry robot controlled extruder head which moves in two principal directions over the table. So again I am repeating, fuse deposition modeling process, which is commonly known as FDM process, it is basically none other than a gantry robot controlled extruder head which moves in two principal directions over a table. Now the table can be raised and lowered as per your requirement, and the most important thing is that either thermoplastic or wax filament is extruded through the small orifice of a heated die, and the initial layer is placed on a foam foundation by extruding the filament at a constant rate, while the extruder head follows a predetermined path. Now when the first layer is completed, the table is lowered so that subsequent layer can be suppressed or subsequent layer can be superposed. More machines for FDM are currently being solid in the United States than for any other system of rapid prototyping. Now occasionally complicated parts are required, such as you can see there are various products that are having very complex shape, and this part is very difficult to manufacture directly, because once the part has been constructed up to a height, the next slice would require the filament to be placed in a location where no material exists to support it. And the most important thing is that the solution is to be extruded a support material separately from the modeling material, so that the filament can be placed safely in the center of the part. Now the support material is extruded with a less dense space or with a less dense spacing of filament on a layer, so that it is weaker than the model material and can be broken off after the part is completed or after the part is completed. Now the layer of FDM machine basically determined by the extruded die diameter, and typically if I have a look for the die diameter, then it basically varies from 0.50 millimeter to 0.25 millimeter, which is also maybe considered in inch, that is 0.02 inch to 0.01 inch. Now the thickness represents the base achievable tolerance in the vertical direction, and in the XY plane the dimensional accuracy can be as fine as 0.025 millimeter, as long as filament which can be extruded into the features. Now the close examination of FDM produced part will indicate that a stepped surface exists on an oblique exterior plane, and if this surface roughness is objectionable, a heated tool can be used to smoothen the surface, or a coating can be applied, often in the form of, it can be applied in most of the cases, okay, and in the form of a polishing wax also. However, the overall tolerance are then compromised unless care is taken in this finishing operation. So what it has been told here, it has been all about fused deposition modeling, which is very commonly known as FDM process, and it was produced and developed by Stratasys in USA. So USA is the first one to develop this fused deposition modeling machine or this particular process. Now fused deposition modeling basically use a heating chamber to liquefy the polymer, and that is feed into the system as a filament. Now the filament is pushed into the chamber by a tractor wheel arrangement, and it is this pushing that generates the extrusion pressure. So basically you can see the deposition of material occurs due to the extrusion pressure here, and the major strength of FDM is none other than the range of materials and the effectiveness of mechanical property which resulting the parts that is made using this particular technology. Now parts made using the FDM or fused deposition modeling are amongst the strongest for any polymer based additive manufacturing process. So the term additive manufacturing process, it basically implies the deposition of material layer by layer over the particular bed and generating a product. Now if you have gone through lot of processes of additive manufacturing, like I have already discussed about stereolithography, selective laser sintering, and today I am discussing about the fused deposition modeling. Later I will be discussing the laminated LOM, laminated that particular process, or 3D printing, whatever may be the product that has been generated by the additive manufacturing process. Among all of them, the most strongest any polymer based additive manufacturing process, it is none other than fused deposition modeling, because it gives you the product which is having the strongest strength of the product among the polymer based additive manufacturing process. So you can see the FDM extrusion head. So the main thing, that is the extrusion head, which is involving the entire process position. So if you have a look, this is particular the base, this particular line, and you can see this is particular the extrusion head. This is totally is the extrusion head, you can see here. And what you are seeing is there are drive wheels. This drive wheel is helping the filament to be extruded through this particular liquefier. Here the liquefier it is occurring, and here you can see the tip. This is the tip through which the material deposition is occurring. So this white portion, you can see a thin layer of white portion. This is none other than your material deposition. So the material deposition is occurring due to what? Due to your extrusion pressure, due to your extrusion pressure. So extrusion pressure is there, isn't it? Extrusion pressure is there, that's why the deposition of material is occurring here. And you can see this is a vector motion is occurring. Now deposition is occurring through this direction. That means the head, extrusion head is moving in which direction? This particular direction. So if I repeat once more, then what you can see is that is filament you are using. These are the wheel, this is a drive wheel, these are the drive wheel, and this is helping you to eject the filament in between this particular pieces with the help of this through nozzle. And this is the thing here where the liquefier is occurring, and this is the tip through which the metal is flowing and it is getting deposited. It is getting deposited. In which direction it is getting deposited? In particular this direction. So I think from this particular figure it is clear that how fuse deposition modeling is occurring and what is the important function of the extrusion head of this particular setup in fuse deposition modeling. Now let's have a look for the next slide. So let's have a look for the working principle. You can see this is a very complex setup, isn't it? Don't get confused, it is very easy. So this is your extrusion head. Now if you look this extrusion head apart from this side, what is there inside the extrusion head, then you can obtain this one. You can see this is the part you are generating, and this light blue color you can see this is the part support, means you are supporting the part so that the deposition of material can occur. Now you can see the direction through which it will go, and this extrusion head consists of these following parts. First of all, these are the drive wheel. I have already explained you drive wheel. This is your extrusion head, and this is the build material. Deep blue is your build material and light blue is your support material filament. So both these are ejecting at the same time, because one is ejecting, another is also there ejecting to give you support. This is the liquefier through which it is getting liquidified and it is getting deposited over this particular platform. So this is your build platform. This light color, ash color, it is your foam base. It is your foam base. It is known as foam base. Okay, and you can see this is your wheel. Build material spool is there. So it is giving you the supply from this wheel or the spool. You are getting the filament which is ejected with the help of extrusion head, and there is one support metal spool also, another is a build material spool. So hope from this particular figure all of you are clear about what the entire process is occurring. Now let's move to the next slide. So this is the schematic illustration of the fuse deposition modeling, and there you can see three axes has been shown here. One is X, other is Y, and Z is the depth of material that you are basically depositing. And you can see Z also represent the table movement in Z direction. Either it is getting upward or it is getting lowered. Okay, it has to be getting lowered because the head is fixed, so that the material is getting deposited here over the product. So if it is getting layer by layer deposition, that means it is increasing its thickness. So if you don't lower the table, then further deposition of material, it will be not proceed. And here you can see there is a fixture foundation. There is a filament supply through the help of the spool, and you can see the where it is getting here, and with the help of this particular extrusion head, here it gets liquidified and it is getting deposited. You just see here it is getting deposited. This is basically a plastic model. It has been created within a minute. So you can see how fast the process is occurring. And the head movement is basically going X and Y direction. So one thing you have to remember, the extrusion head movement basically occurs for X and Y direction plane, and the table movement occurs for Z direction plane. Okay, Z direction plane it is occurring. And you can see this is the machine setup. With the help of this particular computer, you are able to see the deposition process is occurring. So this is the FDM 5000 model. This model is the FDM 5000 model, and basically a fuse deposition modeling machine, and it has been already I have told that it was first introduced in USA. Now let's have a look to the next slide. Now let's have a look for the components that are associated with fuse deposition modeling, or you can say fuse deposition modeling. So first what you required is a building table, and table movement occurs in which direction? Z direction. It occurs in Z direction. Next what it is happening? You can see this is a wear coil, and through this wear coil the material is moving with this particular section where there is two wheel, driving wheel is there, and it is helping it to move inside the, this is your FDM extrusion head, that is fuse deposition modeling extrusion head, and this metal basically get here, it gets liquefied and it is getting deposited. And you can see the movement of the head. If I say the movement of the head, it occurs in which direction? In X and Y direction. So you are very sure about X and Y direction also. Okay. Now you can see there is a nozzle. You can see this is a nozzle, and through this nozzle the material is getting deposited. So this is getting layer by layer. You can see this line represent basically layer by layer material deposition. And you can see this is the supporting material. You need a support. Okay, and this support can be removed when the product is completed. So after completion of the product, you can remove the support from the product also. Now we are talking about the platform, basically the printer platform. So printer platform, or you can term as the bed, is basically made up of some metal, or it can be made up of ceramics or hard plastic, and each successive layer is deposited on this platform. Now the nozzle and the printer head, what is the nozzle and the printer head? Means this platform consisted of the nozzle and printer head also. So nozzle of the FDM printer is attached to a mechanical chassis which uses the belt or lead screw system to move it. Now the entire extrusion assembly is allowed to move in X, Y and Z dimension by monitorized system. And a fourth motor, which is called the stepper motor, is also used to advance the thermoplastic material into the nozzle. And all the movements of the head and the raw material are basically controlled by the computer. So in the previous picture I have already told you that a computer is there, a person is there who is operating it, and you can see the movement of the extrusion head is always in X and Y direction, and Z direction is the movement of the table. And the thing is that this is basically the nozzle or the printer head we are talking about. And there is a printer platform which is commonly known as a bed, and over this bed you are depositing the material. There is a support also provided. After completion of the product, you can just simply remove your supports too. Now let's have a look for the raw material. Now raw material is typically what? Production grade thermoplastic. Though sometimes metal are also used, but preferably thermoplastic material we are preferring for this fused deposition modeling process, because it is capable of being repeatedly melted when exposed to heat, and of course it resolidify when the heat is withdrawn. Now the thermoplastic filament or metal wire is wound in a coil. As you know, the coil on the mounted spool, it has been fixed, and through that only the filament is feeded through the printer nozzle, and it is then fed through the printer nozzle as it has been stated. Now the better class of 3D FDM printers allows the temperature of the nozzle to be maintained just close to the glass transition temperature of the material which has been extruded. This also allows the material to be extruded in a semi-liquid state, but return to solid state immediately. This results for a better dimensional accuracy also. Now if you look for the common principle of this particular thing, then I must say any thermoplastic can be used as raw material for FDM printers. Commercially, few popular choices are there. For example, it is nylon, it is arco nitrile butadiene styrene, that is ABS, and its variations like polycarbonate, polylactic acid, polystyrene and thermoplastic urethane. These are also preferred as raw material for fused deposition modeling. Now MED 610, it is basically a raw material that Stratus provided is biocompatible, and their ULTM material too is clarified by the aerospace industry. So ULTEM is that type of material which has been preferred by the aerospace industry to generate the product, and biocompatible, they have suggested MED 610 for a raw material. They are going to provide the biocompatible product with this particular material. Now we are talking about the FDM printing process, 3D printing process. So what I have told is that the FDM printer begins printing. The raw material is extruded as thin filament through the heated nozzle. It is deposited at the bottom of the printer platform where it solidifies, and the next layer that is extruded fuse with the layer below and building the object from bottom up layer by the layer. So ultimate additive process, since we are talking, the deposition of material occurs layer after layer after layer, as you can see it here. And most of the FDM printers first print the outer edge. Next they go for the interior edge. And finally they go with the interior of the layer as either a solid layer or a fill-in matrix. So first they are printing the outer edge. Second they are preparing printing the interior edge. And finally they are preparing the interior layer either with a solid layer or with a fill with matrix. Now in some object or model there are fragile overhangs that will droop unless they give some simple support. Now FDM printers incorporate a mechanism whereby this support structure, which is called the struts, it can be vertical, it can be horizontal, it can be inclined. It is basically a support, are also printed along with the object. Later they are removed once the building is completed. And these struts are usually of the same material as that of the object. Now some printers have a second extruder to specifically deposit soluble thermoplastic struts when there is a need to prevent the overhanging from drooping. And these struts may be of different composition than the thermoplastic which is used for the 3D model, and they are later dissolved by an appropriate solvent. So you can see that the FDM 3D printing is associated with so many steps. First of all, you are depositing the material that is basically extruded from the extruded head from thin filament with the help of heated nozzle. Initially it is deposited over the printer platform. It gets solidified. Next layer, that is extruded, it consists of fuse with layer below. Next it has been seen that building the object from bottom up layer by layer. And finally if some outer edge is there, at last what is done is the outer edge, it is none other than interior edge next to the last. And it can be done by solid layer also, or it can be filled up with matrix also. Now there are some fragile overhangs that will droop unless they give a support. And for this a support structure which is commonly known as strut, which can be vertical, which can be inclined, which can be horizontal support. And they are also printed along with the object itself. And later once it is built up, the support or the strut is removed from the object. So one thing you can do is that later you can dissolve this particular product in appropriate solvent to remove these particular struts which are made up of different composition than the thermoplastic. So let's have a look at this machine. This is the FDM machine. You can see there is a computer which is controlling the entire process, and this is the machine setup where the machining is performing. So you can see this is the machine, this is probably the extrusion head, and you can see the deposition of material is occurring over the printer bed. Now let's have a look for the processes and characteristic. So processes, what is it is getting involved? It is melting of the wire shaped plastic material and deposition with the XY plotter machine. Now what is its characteristic? Limited part complexity, it can be produced. Two different material from parts and support can also be produced. Now here we are talking about some material that are associated with this particular process. Most popular material is your ABS plus material, and which can be used on all current Statistius FDM machine, which was first introduced by USA. Some machine also have an option for ABS blended with polycarbonate also. You can see there are various material have been mentioned here: ABS, ABSI, ABS plus, ABS or P by C, that is the polycarbonate. You can see the various strength, tensile module, elongation, flexural strength, flexural modulus, isoid impact, heat deflection and thermal expansion, specific gravity of all the materials have been provided here in this chart. So you can have a look at this particular chart also. Now materials. Basically the AFDM work based with the polymers that are amorphous in nature rather than highly crystalline polymer. And this is because the polymer that work best are those that are extruded in viscous paste rather than in lower viscosity form. So viscous paste, if it is providing, then the deposition rate is also very good. It is controllable and the flow rate is also very effective. Now, as an amorphous polymer, there is no distinct melting point and the material increasingly soften and viscosity lower with the increasing temperature. And the viscosity at which these amorphous polymers can be extruded under pressure is high enough that their shape will be largely maintained after extrusion, and maintaining the extrusion shape and enabling them to solidify quickly and very easily. Now this is the expansion characteristic, thermal expansion characteristic graph, where you can see x-axis represent the temperature and y-axis represent your specific volume, or you can say the density. So for glass material you can see it is getting linearly, then it is getting some break, again it is getting linearly. For solid alloy, what you are seeing, it is getting linearly, then it is getting some sort of incline. For solid pure metal, with increasing temperature the specific volume is getting increased, then after that it is getting constant. Okay, so this is the melting point for pure metal, this is solidus for alloy, and this is the mixture of liquid and solid alloy, this particular state, and this is liquid state for glass, and this is liquid alloy. So hope it is clear from this particular figure to all of you. Now the question arises, how accurate a 3D FDM printers basically they are. Remember that 3D printer workers are basically depositing the raw material layer by layer through X, Y and Z axis. So the accuracy of the 3D printer therefore depends upon the minimum distance of the nozzle that can travel through the X axis. Minimum the distance it can move, more the point along the sinusoid that can be captured, and better will be the accuracy. So you have to maintain the minimum distance to get the better accuracy result. For Stratastate 3D printer, which are pioneered by the FDM printer, the current best possible of dimensional accuracy that can provide is 0.127 millimeter. Of course, the choice of raw material too plays an important role in achieving the dimensional stability. It should be remembered that accuracy comes at the cost of printing time required. So printing time is also another parameter. So what are the advantages of this process? First, it is fabrication of functional part. Next, in this process, advantages, minimal wastage of material is occurring. Third, easy of support removal. And there is very easy process to change the material also. But there are some disadvantages. Now what is the restricted accuracy? That is filament diameter maximum 1.27 millimeter. It is basically a slow process. Unpredictable shrinkage is occurring because the deposition of material is occurring layer by layer. So the shrinkage is also occurring in a very unpredictable manner. The accuracy lies between plus minus 0.1 millimeter and the facility cost is too high. Next, sharp features or corner is not possible to get because the material is getting deposited here and it gets solidified in a very shrinkage manner in different ratio. Now part strength is weak perpendicular to the build axis. More area in slice is required for long build time, and there is a temperature fluctuation during the production which could lead to delamination. So here are the few applications of FDM, fused deposition modeling. You can see how beautifully the complex part has been generated. Now let's have a look where we are basically using this particular process. Basically it is prototype for fit, form and function testing, rapid tooling patterns and mold insert creation. And in fact the parts that work under the thermal load production of precise and complex uses parts like jig and friction you can generate. Now which are the sector that are using the FDM 3D printer? Automobile section, aerospace sector, manufacturing sector, then industrial sector, medical sector, architecture sector, consumer goods also, fashion also, and education and research too. So thank you all of you for watching the video, because already in this fused deposition modeling I have already explained you about the various section of this particular process. It has got so many advantages also, it has got some disadvantages also, and though it has got advantages and disadvantages, but still it has been rapidly used in this today's advanced manufacturing era where you are generating various products. So please, if you have liked the video, then please stay connected with me in my channel, so that in my next lecture we are going to discuss about more rapid prototyping processes. Thank you for watching the video. If you have liked the video, then please like and subscribe the channel, and please be connected with this channel. Thank you.